Al, they made another Resident Evil video game.
They sure did.
The 9th Resident Evil game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's not technically. The 9th mainline Resident Evil
Mainline
game.
Resident Evil, yes.
There's definitely been way more than 9.
Way more. Way more.
Way more. But
Including,
yes.
like, one of the main characters' moms was in one of those. And it was,
Yes.
it sure was a video game.
It sure was a video game of its time, for sure. Yes, hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Hal and Lady
Hello.
This is episode number 480, and we're here to talk about Resident Evil Requiem.
What?
Or
Resident
RE9.
Evil 9. Yep.
Yep. Resident Evil. I mean, they don't do the Resident Evil thing at the start of the game, so is it really that good of a video game?
I mean, they don't. They don't. It's a good video game. It's a really good video game.
Resident Evil. Yeah, this game came out on February the 27th of this year for all of the modern systems and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is the next Resident Evil game following up after Village. We have new protagonist Grace Ashcroft. And also some dude named Leon? Some old guy.
Yeah.
Unk showed up to the party thinking he still got it.
In his defense, Unk does still got it.
Yes, Leon S. Kennedy is back.
He's back.
Back in the saddle.
And he's just as great as always.
He is back in a new mainline Resident Evil game for the first time in 14 years.
Wow. That man still got them quips.
He sure does.
Hee hee hee.
Leon is a hoot in this video game.
He's so good. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling somebody earlier about a line that I don't know if we got the line when we were playing it. But I've seen other players run into it. But the scene with the big plant that's attacking him, he says something effective like, "Just so you know, I've killed every plant I've ever had." And I'm just like, this dork. Like, he thought he was killing it with that line. And he was!
Nailed it.
It's like, why?
I would also like to imagine that like he just has an open mic to Sherry the whole time, and whenever he says his quip, Sherry just groans like, "Oh God, Leon, please,
Leon, please take this seriously."
God, this is what trauma does to a person. They either get very messed up, or they just turn into a quip machine.
Yeah. I'm proud of him for being the quip machine. It makes it fun.
Oh man. So yeah, Resident Evil 9, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
A game that is kind of split into two different styles.
Yes.
Where you have more spooky survival horror stylings with Grace. And then when it turns into Leon, you just hear the guitar start shredding. And then here he comes just kicking dudes' heads off, chopping them up. Pew, 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 pew.
So many guns. It's great.
Mr. Action Hero is here.
Hell yeah, he is. He just like stomps on a head and then like twists his foot sideways and explodes it like a freaking grape.
And then says a quip.
Yep. It's great. It's great. I want nothing more than this.
They basically were like, all right, here's some scary stuff. If you liked 7 and 8, but also here's the Leon sections if you're a real Resident Evil fan who likes 6.
Yeah,
And
like
we're like,
us.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yay.
There's quite a few references to a Resident Evil 6 in this game.
Yeah,
There's
there's a few.
there's a reference. There's a big sequence that's a reference to a great film called Resident Evil Vendetta in
Hell
this
yeah.
video game.
Hell yeah, there was.
I'm glad there's some people on the crew of this game that
With great
respect
taste.
the good Resident Evil.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was like, you know what? We get you. We see you. We see you.
And also understand that you can have your little scary sections in this game, but also
Mhm.
Resident Evil continues to be dumb horror.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be goofy as and it is goofy as but yeah, the gray sections are genuinely a lot scarier. But they're meant to be like that. And
Mhm.
yeah, they're recognizing the quality materials, the tomes, the ancient tomes that were the B movie quips and stuff from Resident Evil.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good. So yeah, we had Al play this game
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a poor baby and couldn't afford it right now.
It's
But
expensive.
it turned out to be a good thing that I didn't for one specific section of this video game.
Ah, yes, yes.
I mean, I will
if you
tell
ever
you,
do
hey,
get it,
95% of this game's great. The other
yeah,
5% I didn't see.
you just looked at kitties.
I looked at some kitties and I was like, wow, look at these kitties.
Look at these kitties.
As I was just like, boom, 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 ah, just shooting a lot. I was like, la, la, la.
I was like, I got this. I got this. Don't worry. And to be fair, I did got that.
It was very reminiscent to when we played through Resident Evil 1.
Mm.
And we got to the shark section, and you were just like, I don't know what this section is, so I'm just gonna look away, and you're gonna deal with it. And I'm like, all right, guess I'm dealing with it. And we get the same here, where we get giant spider boss that just appears out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I was like, I got this, fam.
I got this. I do not fear the spooter.
Yeah, I'm glad I saw an article about that was a thing before we
Yeah.
got there.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you
Because
saw
I
that.
would have been traumatized by that. I've been like,
Yeah.
oh. So I knew when it was coming, and I knew when to look away.
Was it thanks to Ice Tea?
No, well, I think it was the same day I saw that article that I saw that tweet as
Okay.
well. So
Okay. Yeah. So if you ever do end up getting the game and play it, we just know that like at a certain point I have to take over for a while until
Mhm.
you're safe and then you won't have to be baby about it. Because
Mhm.
I was baby about Shark
Mhm.
and I would never be able to get through that ever.
Mhm.
Because that thing's all up in you, I think. Is chompers. And then the spooter is very spootery.
Right up in you.
He right up in you and he's fast and got hairy legs.
And got babies.
Yeah, there are babies too. The babies aren't as bad, but for somebody with arachnophobia, they're probably pretty terrible. Um, but for somebody without arachnophobia, I'm just like, let me you up. Do you want some stack grenades? Have some stack grenades.
Yes, thank you for getting through that section
Man,
very
anytime,
easily.
anytime. It was fun. And you got to look at kitties.
What more could I ask for?
Really, right? You just get to enjoy most of the game, and the part that you don't enjoy, you get to enjoy cats.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean,
Win-win.
I also got to experience you just being very scared at a lot of stuff in this game, so that was fun.
It's just me with horror games, but yeah.
Yeah. You just yelling at something that pops up, and I'm just like, ha 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 ha. Hee.
I at one point did a post on Blue Sky about like how me playing Resident Evil 9 was basically like Corona with the soap.
Mm-hmm.
And
Soap.
I stand by that.
That is not wrong.
Just pick up a random thing and I'm like, ah! Or like I turn a corner and it's just like, well, there's a bucket and I'm scared of it. Or like something that I could very easily get around and I'm like, You're like, why aren't you going? Why are you doing this thing?
Be
Like,
brave.
I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Be brave.
No bravery. But I did get through it.
You did. There was quite a few times where you had some real guttural screams. And I was like, dang.
I'm trying to think of when those were.
There's just times where you just got real scared. And I was like, whoa. But also, I'm just going, hee 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 hee.
I'm sure it had to do partially with a girl.
Yeah.
I'm sure several of them were with a girl. I know the chef freaked me out. I wasn't a fan of the chef. Oh, the chunk men.
Good old chunk.
I remember in the gray section where I was having to fight the chunk, and I was like, what do I do? Ah!
I mean, to be fair, you figured it out by just letting it come to the doorway and then just shooting it a bunch.
Yep. He couldn't get through, so I was like, blah 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 blah.
Also, it was funny when we fought the second one as Leon, and we're just like, man, this seems a little weird that like we just have to do this with the pistol, and then as soon as we defeated it and walked forward, oh, here's the shotgun.
Here's a shotgun. Yep.
Whoops.
Whoopsie dipsy.
Happens.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there were any other moments where I was like,
I mean, when Leon gets reunited with an old friend.
Yeah, I do remember I yelled a lot during that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I fell in a hole. Oops.
You did fall in a hole.
Oops. And then, of course, the old friends, the liquors. I am pretty sure I got scared by several of those. But then I bonked one to death, and that was funny. The sound it made!
Oh my god, the sound it made was so funny.
It was just pure comedy.
Donk! And it just died.
I didn't know what to do, and I was trying to throw the thing at it. Donk. And it didn't explode, really. It just donked it.
It bonked it, and you didn't have to shoot it. It just like, you get a terrible concussion and it was dead. But God, the sound it made was so funny.
It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Like, it's hard to be scared when you hear just like a comical donk.
Donk.
You're like, oh, I just brained that guy.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, no, it was really good. But yeah, there were a lot of moments where I was like, ah! 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 Help! Or just like trying to run by something and just screaming the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It happens.
As you do.
Yeah. Oh, in the beginning of the game too, in the hotel, there was a situation where I was like, I gotta go. I remember like really panicking about that one. But that was also at the very beginning of the game, so I wasn't quite like
locked in yet.
Yeah, I wasn't acclimated to the fear. I don't know that I ever acclimated to the fear, but I was really, really freaked out on that part. Dude was after me. No, dude.
No, dude.
No, dude.
Good times.
Yay! I did play both characters in third person because first person makes me really sick.
Yeah, they give you the option to do both. I think like the default is like first person for Grace and third person for Leon, but like
Correct.
you can do first for both, you can do third for both, you could do the opposite of what they asked for. So yeah, it gives you the option for both, which is nice.
It is very nice, but yeah, so that was one of the reasons why I couldn't do RE7.
Yes. And you had to wait for the DLC of 8 to play that.
Correct. So this was nice. It just came baked in like with the option.
Mm-hmm.
And I did find out something interesting about the Grace section is that in third person, uh, like she slips and trips and stuff like that. Because she's technically faster in third person than she is in first person. So, the way that they balance it is by making her do the trips. And
Giving her the classic horror tropes.
apparently they don't do that in first person because it would make everybody puke.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, that was neat, but I did do both in third person because that's just how I have to play them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um,
I've seen stuff like some of it in first person, and it looks like how like 7 and 8 played. So.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I even asked you at one point. I was like, "There's a section where you have to like escort a kid around. You have to carry her." And I was like, "What does this look like in first person?" So I had to go look it up. But I had to watch somebody in their gameplay to see like what does it look like, and they just don't.
Yeah.
Then there's just no kid in front of you.
No child.
And third person, there is very obviously a child.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would forget that I had a child
Yeah.
if I were in first person because I'm like, what do I do? And then also apparently if you're in first person in the Chloe sequence, like obviously that one's still in first person. So like I feel like you would miss some of that too. But I mean, I guess you would see in cutscenes who she is, but
yeah, they pull out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Can I talk to you a little bit about the design of one Leon S. Kennedy, rookie cop?
I would love for you to talk to me about Leon S. Kennedy. Of course I would.
Well, of course, as we know, this has been 14 years since RE6, not counting the remakes and the movies.
Right.
His design changed over the course of development. Capcom's female staff members were involved in designing the older Leon.
It shows.
Game director Koshi Nakanishi said that Capcom's female team members would point out and comment on even the finest details like the wrinkles on his neck and felt they had created a design that would make anyone's heart throb.
It's me, I'm anyone.
It's true. The older Leon has been characterized by the Japanese slang term ikeoji that roughly translates to an attractive or cool older man and as a hot uncle.
He is Unk!
He's Unk.
He's Unk. Oh man, yeah, he's nailed it. He's beautiful. He's beautiful.
I think his really bad facial hair is very funny.
It is very funny, yeah. That man.
I didn't shave before I came out here.
I wonder if it's like painful for him to shave because of his like Raccoon City disease thing.
I don't know.
So like,
but even if it was painful to shave, he would have like more of a beard.
A beard, yeah.
It wouldn't just be like I haven't shaved in like 2 days or 3 days type deal. Like
okay, yeah, you're right. Or he might be one of those dudes who just sucks at growing facial hair.
That's true as well. Could be.
He's like, I'm blessed with head on hair on head. I cannot have facial hair.
Hair on head.
I just got this scruff.
Head on hair.
Head on hair. Although like the amiibo we're gonna get of him eventually kind of looks like he has Lego hair, so
it's pretty good.
It's pretty funny.
And as we thought, as we were going into this game, with Leon, he had that Porsche.
Yes.
They did not let that Porsche to get any sort of damage at all.
Oh no!
Also,
no,
it's
no.
like barely in the video game.
Yeah, it's barely there.
It's like in the opening section, and then like another section like afterwards, and then after that, it's pretty much gone.
It's like I can't go any further with this.
I don't want to make Porsche mad if I damage this. This car costs like over $100,000. I mean, he does find a bike though, so
that part's so funny.
It's so funny. Again, hey, they knew what was good in Resident Evil Vendetta.
No, and
they're like, hey, let's do that again.
I was playing through that sequence. I was like, this is very clearly a Vendetta reference, right? This has got to be a Vendetta reference because like it's the bike, it's the dogs.
He does not say dibs on the bike though, because there's no one around for him to say dibs on the bike. But he's
right.
Like, oh, hello, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful.
Finally a bike for me.
Oh my God,
Ring,
it's so funny. Ring,
ring.
ring. I've seen a PC mod where somebody turned it into bicycles, and
Pretty
it's
good.
super funny.
Pretty good. Good goof. Uh, um, do you want to talk about the story and some spoilers?
Yeah, before we get into that, this is like general impressions, which is I loved this game. I loved this game. I love Grace. I love Leon. I think that the balance between like being spooky and being action was perfect. I thought the plot was fun. I mean, it's goofy at times, but like it's Resident Evil. Of course, it's goofy at times. Um, I don't know. What'd you think?
I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Um, I know there's some people out there who think that like the second half kind of falls off a bit,
Mm-hmm.
which I think
After
is
you
most.
get out of the care center.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just because people wanted more of the spooky stuff and not as much of the action stuff. And some of that stuff afterwards is like that there's one section in there that is a little bit long compared to
Mm.
everything else. But I didn't know like what did you think about that?
Oh, like being in Raccoon City and going through all the places trying to find the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fine, except for I got confused a lot. I didn't mind it,
Okay.
but I got to like goof around as Leon, so you
What
know.
more could you ask for?
Yeah, I was fine with it.
Yeah.
But that was also the sequence that had the spooter.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Get out of here,
yeah,
monster! Get out! And it did because you killed it.
I did. I killed the out of it. It didn't know it was gonna hit him, and the answer was lots of stack grenades, and also like shotgun.
Well, there you go. All right, let's talk about some spoilers.
Okay, spoiler time. If you don't want
Spoiler time.
spoilers, stories. If you do not want in-depth spoilers of the game,
The game.
see you next week.
Get out of here.
Come back after you've played it. And then you can listen to me talk about like Heart Eyes Leon.
I think we already got that point.
Well, you know what? There's always more that can happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what we should say before we talk about the spoilers?
What's that?
There was a part that you called me out for looking at Leon's butt.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, you called me out for it. You're like, his eyes are up there. I'm like, no. I see the eyes. They're also beautiful, but also like.
It was very blatant, to be fair.
Was it really that blatant?
Yes.
I didn't realize I was being that blatant about it. Oh no. Ears like, hey, stop it. So, anyway, I got caught looking at Leon's ass.
It's true.
It was good too. 10 out of 10 would do again. Thumbs up. Anyway, story spoilers. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, they made a story. It's here.
Yeah. There is indeed a story to this game.
Yeah.
And it kind of circles around Grace.
Yes.
And also the Raccoon City illness thingy. They're not connected, but they're kind of connected.
Do you think a lot of this story would have been solved if anyone understood what Elpis meant?
I mean, it probably would have helped. It probably would have helped.
Learn some Greek mythology, my dudes.
Well,
Oh, he named this thing after the Greek goddess of hope. It's definitely a weapon to cause to give everyone brain
Mass
controls.
destruction. Yeah, yeah. So, this is an instance where Google probably would have been helpful.
No, they probably just they typed it in and got the AI result and were like, oh, clearly this
Oh,
is what it
right,
is.
right. Yeah, you're right. Damn.
Uh, yeah, I thought Grace was fun. She's just a little anxious goblin.
Yeah, she really is a little. Apparently, she's also a redditor, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, the scene with her on the laptop. You could free cam it, and she's on a Reddit thread about the bakers from RE7
Oh my
about like
god.
conspiracies about what happened there.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, oh hell yeah. I don't know, like there are often times that I relate to video game characters. But like sometimes I'm like really, really I connect with them. Grace is one of those I connect with you girls. Cause like homegirl has anxiety as
Yes.
and she's not good socially, and she's also not good physically. Like her running is pitiful, and like that'd be me. That'd be me. I'd be the same way. I wanted her to hurry up. She can't hurry up because she probably has not taken a run in like 17 years. Same. I get it. So yeah, I was like, I get you. I get you. I feel you, Grace. Um, Also I thought her little stutter was endearing when she was nervous.
Poor girl was going through it.
She was, which, I think that that's a pretty understandable response. If you compare to like Ethan, who was also supposed to be like an everyman type thing, like he kind of like jumped in and was still able to be the hero. And not that Grace is not able to do that, because she absolutely is. But she has a very natural reaction of like, what do I do? How
Yeah.
do I do this? What do you mean all this is happening? This is crazy. Um, and I'm like, yeah, that's what most of us would be like and forever thrown into that weird ass situation. Also, I feel like it's monstrous of her boss to send her on that mission. Yeah, Game
Yeah.
Boy
Gam's
agrees.
like, yeah, that was kind of up.
It was up.
Yeah, that's
Also,
real
like,
weird.
send her and also like with no escort or anything. Like,
We're just gonna send you and you alone.
it's just like I understand
Huh?
she's part of the FBI. I get that, but she's also like
Not a
a,
field agent.
a pencil pusher FBI
Yeah.
agent. She's an analyst. Um, and they're like, "What if we just send you to where your mom died 8 years ago? Yay! By yourself? Yay!
Hey,
Yay!
we know this is kind of traumatic, but get over it.
Yeah. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, kid." And it's like that's real up. Um, yeah, that place is real scary. Get off the laptop. You're gonna press buttons and things are gonna be bad.
he's here
He's
to tell us about his thoughts.
he's like, I want to be a redditor like Grace.
I'm researching, ma'am.
I want to know. Uh, um, but yeah, that's a real messed up thing to do. But she does get sent on that mission to go investigate. There's a body in the hotel where her mom was murdered 8 years ago, and it's like part of this like people have gone missing or like other weird scenarios have been happening. Also, for some reason, every single like older dude outside of this hotel has a dumpy.
True.
I was like, why you got such huge dumpies, my guys? But they do. And they hit you with it. Damn. But yeah, so you get to explore and you're like, wow, this place was on fire at some point for sure. Things are scary. Uh-oh.
Watch out for the
Uh
Rat King.
yeah, the Rat King. He was after me. Um and then yeah, you get a note of like, hey, by the way, Grace, you should come to this room. And she's like, oh, what do you mean? So she goes up there, and there's a bunch of pictures of her, and somebody's very clearly been surveilling her. And there are pictures of her from when she was there with her mom. Then we get the flashback of like what happened with her mom. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, she took a knife to like a knife to the throat.
She did. She took a knife to the throat. The one guy got like bagged and then killed. And then everything got set on fire. It was gnarly. But then we saw like she put something behind a picture, so Grace is gonna go check that out. And then a cop comes and he gets turned.
He's infected.
Yeah, ruh-roh. And for some reason, Grace's gun explodes. I've yet to figure that part out, but her gun explodes when it gets knocked away.
Kaboom.
But this is also where we get introduced to Gideon?
Victor.
Is his last name Gideon?
Yes.
Victor Gideon. He's
sure
a
little freak.
He is a little freak. He's a heckin' freak of a man. And he's like, hello. How are you? You're kind of cool, aren't you, Grace? And she's like, what is happening? Help. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
So she gets carried off. And when Leon S. Kennedy sees her getting carried off and is like, let me just leave my car for a minute and go see what's happening here, because that's obviously not right. And then people start turning into zombies after they get like bitten by something. Like it's a little like.
Well, he also infects some people as well.
That's what I mean, like the little stings.
Yeah.
Because that's what he showed to do with a cop, was he can like basically do these weird stings like a bee and infect people. And one of them, like, lady goes to like smooch a dude and then smooches his nose clean off his face. That's pretty messed up. Leon's like, another day in the office, let's go.
Yeah. Victor kidnaps Grace to the Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center, which he like was ahead of, and then that's basically where you have most of the beginning parts of the game, and this is where they split up.
Mm-hmm.
Grace and Leon. Grace gets to go explore a lot of the place. It's immediately as soon as like they do the split up thing, and you know after you've done the chasing with the girl and all that sort of stuff, they're like, here's a door with 3 things. Go find them. It's like, ah, yes, Resident Evil puzzles. Let's go.
Resident Evil puzzles. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yay.
So you got to go around to all the different areas of this care center and find them, and then eventually you also find this little girl named Emily who's blind.
She's blind, and she's also locked behind like the highest level security.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's fine.
You know, eventually you fight your way through a bunch of stuff and get all that security and take her out and like, we're gonna get out of here. Things obviously don't go well because the big girl shows up again.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to chase you down. You got to fight her.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Leon's around, and he got kidnapped by Victor, who just like likes to caress his hair and everything, and his face.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him.
And Leon's just like, when's the last time you brushed your teeth?
Also, like, Leon once again loses his jacket.
That boy is like, he's got a bad track record of keeping jackets.
He really does. I love that he's just like, before everybody turns in the facility, he's just kind of like in there aura farming, just like leaning against the table, like, what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna talk to these people, and then everybody turns. He's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm. Let me take this chainsaw and see what's up with this.
Chainsaw was fun. I
heard
that.
about a chainsaw in a Limp Bizkit song before.
What?
That's what Leon would say.
Oh, okay. Didn't we make a joke about like there being a song that he would be really into?
Yes.
I forgot what it was though.
I also forgot what it was, but that was definitely a thing.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, he loses the jacket. But there was another point where like he was able to save Grace from the girl, and that was good because the girl is scary.
Grace got into a plane crash.
Yeah, well, it was a helicopter.
I mean, that's a plane.
Yeah. Oh, also, like Leon throws Requiem at her and is like, "Have fun."
Have fun with his big gun. And she's like, okay, I guess. Yeah, and then eventually you gotta find a way out, and Emily turns into a monster, and Leon takes her down, and Grace is like, why would you do this?
Ah!
She could have lived. And Leon just was like looking at her like, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
And then Grace is like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave with Victor and this other fellow, Zeno, who looks very, very specifically like Albert Wesker. And then this is where we go to one Raccoon City, or at least the remains of Raccoon City. Which I think is an interesting part of the game for like a multitude of reasons, because like obviously, they did the remake of 2 and a 4 and everything to give you kind of like the Leon stuff, and putting, a dilapidated version of Raccoon City in this game is obviously going to be a nostalgia thing for, a lot of reasons. But I think as well it's an interesting portion of the game because it is the first time Leon's kind of having to come to terms with like, here's everything that set all this stuff off in motion, and like I have to come back here and like come to terms with everything that happened here. And like I don't think I've really done a good job of doing that, in the last however many years, 40 years? No, not 40, 30 years. Almost 30 years that's been between Resident Evil 2 and this. Like, I gotta come back here and remember everything that happened, deal with it, and be like, man, I probably could have done better here if if I knew what I knew now. But also, I was like, I was a kid. I was a kid coming in here. I was just trying to go to work one day for my first day on the job, and everything went to hell in a handbasket. Like, what did you expect me to do?
Which reminds me that the remains of his Jeep were still at the gas station when he drove by. I was like, it's his Jeep.
This is very funny. But yeah, like I thought a lot of this section was really well done, and like was something that I think the character needed to go through and everything. It was like I mentioned to you when we were playing it, like it was very reminiscent of what they did in Metal Gear Solid 4, where they have Snake go back to the area that Metal Gear Solid 1 takes place in. You get like a lot of flashbacks and a lot of like reminiscing and seeing how like the place has changed in the years since that original game took place and everything, and coming to terms with everything that's happened since then and all that sort of stuff. Like they do kind of a similar situation here. Like it definitely feels like they probably like, I wouldn't maybe necessarily say like they looked exactly at that game and said, oh, this is exactly what we're gonna do, but like there was probably like something of like, hey, this is a thing that does this, and probably just a bunch of other stuff that does this as well, because that's just the thing that can happen, and that's a trope in media, of course,
right?
But I thought it was really well done to like, once you go through and get back to the police station and everything, and and Leon's like reminiscing about like, oh, here's where Marvin was and everything, and like when you go to the gun shop and he remembers like the dude and the daughter and everything, and just like being like, dude, I could have done things differently here, like what the but also I think he has to he's coming to terms with like, man, all this was up, and I did the best I could. I've been carrying this for years.
Yeah.
But also I think he has to come to terms again, like we said, like, he did the best he could. Like, he's not the person he is now. He doesn't have all the experience he has now, of course.
I think it also helps that he has Sherry on the line, because Sherry's somebody he was able to save.
And also went through all of this as well. So it's not like he's going through this whole section, alone, or like with someone who wasn't there with him. Like, she obviously was in the thick of it, in the thick of that whole situation with him. So like, she understands what he'd be going through and everything. So,
and she's also a victim of this Raccoon City disease that like it's causing like their bodies to basically rot. But hers is not as advanced as Leon's, which I assume, and I could be wrong, But if you've played RE6, which you should because it's great, we find out that because of Sherry having been infected with G virus, that she has basically like ultra healing abilities. Um, so I assume that her body is like able to fight back better than Leon's is.
Yeah, because Leon, like, you can see, like, it's like all the way up through like his neck and stuff, and as the
His
game
hands are
progresses,
covered.
and as the game progresses, like, it gets worse and worse. But like hers, like, she has it on her hand, but like it doesn't look like it's really like anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would assume like she's not as far symptom wise as Leon is for sure. But
I
yeah,
wish we had got a Jake reference.
where's Jake Mueller?
Where's Jake Mueller?
Where is my boy? But yeah, I really like I really like that like the stuff they did with Raccoon City. Like again, you could easily just make this like a nostalgia run through of just like, oh, remember when we went here and here and here and here and here. But I think like having them go through it, or having him go through it, just say it just like, it's obviously decayed from years and years of just being exposed to the environments and also getting blown up in an explosion and everything. And just having him go through and be like, yeah, I remember this. Man, this was all messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Although
I like that the welcome Leon sign has been all messed up.
Yeah, Leon, we come.
Leon, oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say it. Go ahead.
I do think it, like, having all of that and all that being said, I do think it makes the surprise that like, oh yeah, we're just gonna bring back Mr. X as well. A really good surprise, because like you wouldn't expect obviously him to show up, because like you kill him in 2.
Yep.
But just to have him show up and just like, oh not again. Like, that's a good little surprise, and like also adds into like the horrorness of the game, and like gives you like a thing to like, where you can't just like go walking around slowly through this area like, oh, we gotta go type deal. So that was a fun, I think, surprise to just like see that like kind of reintroduced. And also like you find out later on they're like, oh yeah, we're just been mass producing these dudes, and like the Tyrant from 3 and a bunch of other stuff.
Yep.
So it's
Yay,
like,
that's great.
Also very expensive if you wanted to buy one.
Very expensive. I was a little disappointed that I couldn't find my window that had Steve in it.
Yeah.
There's only like one cop just like chilling around. Leon's like, rest easy, guy.
Oh my! Have you seen the video,
officer? I forget what he says.
Of someone doing that sequence, but they just run up to him and then hit him with the axe and chop his head off, and then immediately Leon just goes, "Rest easy, officer."
It's incredible.
So
also,
funny.
Tofu's there,
which is very funny.
It's really good.
There's that locker that has just a bunch of PS1 Capcom games in it.
Yeah, that's also pretty funny.
Which is really good.
I'm bummed that I missed the like Wesker Rebecca sequence thing, but apparently that is there, where he's still a creeper about Rebecca.
You find the Rebecca photo in a book in the library.
Yep.
And then you get his shades as a charm from that suitcase.
Yep. Yeah, that whole thing is wild, but it was nice to go through there. And then you get to go play some basketball.
I wish.
Well, apparently that's part of the sequence of that like long thing that I missed with like the girl's hand.
Oh, the big puzzle. Yeah.
Apparently like part of it is knocking the head through the hoop, but since I missed the rest of it, it didn't do anything. So it just told me I didn't have time to play it around.
But you hooped.
I did.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. I had Leon go balling.
We also saw a slide at the orphanage when you go there, but we could not. They did not let you go down the slide, which is very disappointing.
It's very disappointing. I tried so hard to get over to that slide. I also love that there's just basically nothing left of the orphanage. It's like, here's the front facade and then like a staircase and a door, and there's just a giant hole.
Yep.
There's nothing there. Fall down the hole.
In the midst of like when you're Leon in the police department as well, there's the section where you play as one of the the weird clones,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to see the bald gals with the
Ah!
creepy eyes, snapping necks, and then coming and pounding on your bed.
And giggling.
Hee 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 hee. Donk 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 donk.
Ah.
That was an interesting way to break up the Leon sequence for sure. And then you get to see Zeno having his Wesker dodging. You're like, oh, yeah, I know who also did that. I remember those dodges.
Yep.
And then you go through the orphanage to like get down to Ark, which is like another secret Umbrella laboratory that they've had in Raccoon City. Not to be confused with the other one.
Right.
And this is where Elpis is going to be. This is also before you get down there, Leon has to fight some plants. As you mentioned earlier. I was hoping you'd have to fight one of the plant men. Because those guys were funny.
No plant man. Only
Just
Leon.
big plants.
Leon quipping about how he's killed every houseplant he's ever had.
Doofus.
I mean, to be fair, he has a pretty busy job. I imagine that if he did have houseplants, it would be pretty hard to.
I mean, he's also killed every pilot he's had as well.
True. Which that was one thing with the Grace thing that I was like, oh, buddy, you're a helicopter pilot in a Resident Evil game. Like, you're not with Leon, but you're not gonna make it.
Things are not going well for you.
You are not gonna make it, and he indeed did not make it.
But yeah, Grace is down here with Zeno. They're trying to get the Elpis, and he's like, hey, unlock it for me. And she's like, I don't know what to do. And then Leon tries to fight him, and then they all fall down a little bit, and then got to go through some different areas. This is where you find the lickers, as Al mentioned earlier, and then
Dunk.
you go through a section as Grace, and then you go through a section as Leon, and then you can bonk a licker on the head, give it a concussion, and then you find your way back to this area. Before that, though,
Hunk.
they have the fight with Hunk, which was a surprise.
Yeah, and Hunk, he may or may not be dead.
He may or may not be dead.
We're not 100% certain. His body.
They leave it up to interpretation, essentially.
He did get axed in the throat, though.
But then he disappears.
Yeah, so. Hunk gonna hunk, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Grace finds like an interview with her mom and the head of Umbrella, Spencer, Oswell Spencer.
Yeah.
Who's like, I'm old and I'm in a wheelchair. Look at this child. It's Grace.
She's completely normal, and
she's normal. I'm just taking care of her because I want to make amends. And then like you find in the files like, oh, I'm the butler of him, and he left in his last will and testimony that you should take care of this child. This is a point of contention, I guess, for some people, but also just like it's an interesting quandary that they are retconning stuff from RE5, where they are just saying, I guess to be fair, they are saying in this that Spencer just died, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas in 5, Wesker kills him.
Correct.
So, I guess to be fair to this, the stuff about Wesker killing Spencer may just not be public knowledge.
True.
They could just have it that way and just like have put it around like, oh, he just died, whatever. That's just, he was old.
But also
kind of
like
obscuring it a little bit, but again.
In 5, when Wesker kills him, though, like he's still on his like god-like stance, and like how he's like doing all this great stuff. Like he doesn't have any sense of that like remorse that he's expressing with Grace's mom.
They do say though, in like that, the butler does say like, oh, by the end he was like rambling and no one understood what he was saying and rambling and raving and all that sort of stuff. So maybe they're kind of like pushing it in that sort of direction. But yes, there's a lot here you could definitely unpack that like they are definitely retconning stuff from 5. Whether that means, hey, they're going to remake 5 and add in some of this stuff, or what they're going to do, who knows? That's a question for another day. But yes, you find out that everyone. So I guess to back up a little bit, Victor and Zeno. He's not the villainous faction from Mobile Suit Gundam.
I was thinking Xenon.
they think Grace is the key to getting Elpis. Like she was created in some funky way, and she'll know the password and everything and all that sort of stuff. And then Grace basically learns, no, I'm just a normal ass kid. I was normal.
Yeah,
nothing about me is special or anything. But yeah, her and Leon reunite in the room where Leon's just puking up blood because he's just going through it, and then they come back out to where Zeno is, and she's like, I don't know the password, but I'll figure something out. And Leon's like, I trust you.
It is interesting that like this whole thing has been going on with them like trying to replicate Grace because like they think something special about her, and like there's this whole idea of like replicating or implanting memories and all that. And she's like, no, I'm just a gal. Everything about
which is
me
interesting
normal.
as well, because like they clearly say that like they're replicating her, but like when the interview with her, like her mom and Spencer is like, she's just a kid then, so like, and that has to be well after the fact they've been doing these experiments, so like it's clearly not her that they would have been replicating,
right?
So I don't know. Again, I think these guys are just dumb and didn't do a lot of research into this.
I mean, they are Resident Evil people, so
true.
Them being dumb is not unusual.
True. But yeah, Leon tells Grace to destroy the Elpis, and then she's like, I have an idea. And then Leon just like, ugh. And you have to do the typing of the password. You get to either destroy or release Elpis. If you destroy it, everything blows up and Leon dies. And then basically the game just like warps you back like, hey, do the other one. Do the other one. If you release it, she types in the password hope, and it unlocks, and Zeno's like, now watch me unleash my power. Oh no, I'm healing. What's this? Oh no, I'm just a normal dude now. And Grace is like, I think it was an antiviral. It wasn't a weapon. And then eventually she gives it to Leon to heal up. And then Victor shows up with a missing arm after his motorcycle battle with Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Should have worn a helmet. And calls Zeno an inferior copy and cuts his head off.
He just obliterates this man's head. Like,
he was like, okay.
I was like, all right, because I expected him to be some kind of boss.
Nope.
But then I guess because of his powers getting knocked out, like he would have been a boss.
He would have been a dude. Yeah, and Victor the whole time is like, Spencer decided to create anarchy. No more viral weapons. Ha ha ha. My master. Oh.
What a smart man.
And also he just stabs Grace for no reason.
Yeah, that was rude.
And then Leon's back up and fine because he's been healed. He's like, oh, I feel so good now.
I've never felt better.
You fight Victor, who is the big mutated monster, of course, who has giant eyeball. Not necessarily giant eyeball. It's like giant weak points because he's a Resident Evil boss, and that's your final boss. You beat him, and Leon gets a quip in, and then finds Grace and is like, oh, we're not getting out of here. Uh-oh. Yikes.
I'll just sit here with you until the end.
But wait! Here comes some dudes rappelling down. I like how the one dude immediately asks, like, hey, you Leon Kennedy? He's like, depends on who's asking. And the guy's like, yep, we found them. They're safe.
Yep, yes, that's sir. Definitely him.
Yep, they're here. And then he goes up to Leon, like gives him a hand, like, oh, Mr. Kennedy, I'm here on behalf of Captain Redfield. And it's like, I just remember hearing that and be like, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. It's the wolves. Which we know that they have gone rogue from BSAA.
Because BSAA is in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, it is made very clear through this game. Like they're in cahoots with the baddies.
The what are they called? What's the Xeno group called? The Connections.
The Connections, yeah.
Yeah, they've been a lot of bad things are happening. Like the government's like stepped in with them as well, so it's like things are not going well. And there's a lot of BSA bodies as well in Raccoon City after they've been like running around trying to find Ark and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, Chris's crew shows up and they get Leon, and then afterwards you get to see them outside of the Ark and everything, and Leon's like, that guy's late all the time. Sherry's like, you see Chris? And he's like, yeah, I don't know where he is. Who knows? I'll see him eventually, I guess.
I guess.
And then he walks up to Grace being like, hey, how you doing? We're good. Everything's great. And she's like, man, I wish I could have saved Emily. And he's like,
I didn't hit any vitals.
I didn't hit her vital signs. Which apparently, again, is another point of contention for some people in this game. I just think it's very funny.
I think it's very funny too. And also, like, it's very clearly shown at the end of it that she was like encased in whatever that was. So it's not like that was her. Mm-hmm. Like how the girl was just her, like that was Maria.
Yeah. So they were able to heal and cure Emily, and then at the end of the game you see Grace has adopted Emily. Mm-hmm. I'm teaching her how to read.
She's on the phone with Leon.
She has eyesight now.
Yeah, good for her.
Like, I'll call you back. We'll catch up later, Leon. All right, bye.
The funny thing about that picture with Grace and Emily is that Emily's still wearing the same dress. So it's like,
girl, get her some new clothes.
Get her some new clothes. Get her also, like a nice sweater or something at least.
Also, they switched the photos for some reason from that in cutscene to like when it shows back up in like the main menu.
Yeah, they did. They flip-flopped
for whatever reason. And then there's like a post-credit scene where like some Umbrella soldiers find some more BSA dudes and are like, we're gonna find the thing before the wolves show up. So presumably, they did announce today, as we were recording this, that hey, there's DLC in development for this game, and I would assume that means the DLC is going to be Chris related. It makes the most sense.
It makes the most sense
with the way Leon says like, hey, Chris is doing stuff, whatever, and then the post credit scene, it would make sense for it to be like, here's Chris and doing his stuff with his group and trying to figure out what's going on with these BSA folks and everything, because they don't really have a real conclusion in this game, I would say. The BSA stuff, it's kind of left in the air. But yeah, there is DLC being developed for this game. I think there's some other stuff as well. A new mini game is going to be added in May. I don't know what that means, but
what does that mean?
But yeah, it's that. There's a story expansion DLC. I think there was also like photo mode or something.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised as well if they add in like a VR functionality to the game, because they did that for like 4 as well. Like later on down the line, they added VR for 4. And considering you can play the game in first person for both sequences, it would make sense that that would be a thing, because they've done that for like 4, 8, and 7. So yeah, there's going to be more Resident Evil Requiem coming down the pipeline. But yeah. That's the story of Resident Evil Requiem. It was fun. Like I said, I think they did some really good stuff with the Raccoon City stuff, and then like there's a lot of good dumb Resident Evil stuff in this game.
It's great.
Like, it was fun to see Leon back in the saddle and doing all that stuff. It'll be interesting to see what Chris is up to during the events of this game and whatnot. If that is the DLC. I mean, we are obviously assuming here, but it would be very bizarre if that wasn't the DLC. I'd be very surprised.
I would also be very surprised.
Hopefully, at some point during that DLC, he mentions Jake Mueller, because that would be nice.
I just want to know what Jake's up to.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we should mention there's the controversy about Leon being married.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, we should mention that. Yes, we found this out because there is, you can get the models and concept art if you buy it with your completion points. After you're doing your challenges and everything, and you got the Leon concept art, and immediately we saw he's got a wedding ring on.
He's got a wedding ring on.
And at the end of the game, they don't show it, but if you you said, if you free cam it, he takes his glove off that he's been using to hide like the illness and everything, and pulls something out of his back pocket and puts it on his left hand. Right, that's the wedding ring.
Left hand, yes.
Yeah, put something on his left hand, and if you free cam it, you see him putting a ring on. Who shacked up with Leon S. Kennedy?
Who married
the hot
this
debate?
Man? Oh man, it's been gnarly with people arguing over this.
Which is very funny that like it's a huge argument when like they don't even show it in the game. You have to go out of your way to figure this out.
Right.
And B, there's just no hints whatsoever at who it is who he
married.
just very funny.
It's very
So yeah,
funny.
it's like, is it one of the characters from one of the games? Is it just some random nobody? We have no idea who it is. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah,
Maybe that's what we'll figure out in the DLC.
It's been gross how people have been freaking out about Leon being married. It's like y'all need to chill. He is like I am aware he's a very hot man. I very much appreciated the hot man, but he is a hot fictional man. I it doesn't matter who he's married to. It's not real. It's not real life.
I mean, you also have to realize people love shipping wars, so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy VII's been doing it for like 30 years now.
Yeah.
But also like Ada.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you the question. You're gonna have to dive into this debate.
All right.
Who do you think Leon married?
A rando.
Okay.
I think that would make the most sense because like I don't think any of the like people that I think the only person that we know of as a like known person that would make sense is Hunnigan. Because she's missing as his handler. And so maybe like a conflict of interest type thing. But like she's the only one that makes sense to me that's not a rando, but like Ada is a bioterrorist and a spy. He doesn't even know her real name. And she's kind of up. Claire's never shown any interest in him whatsoever, so I don't know where that came from. But people think that I mean, I guess because they get paired up in the movies and stuff a lot, but after RE2, that like there's a thing. Sherry, she was 12. She was 12 when they met. Also, Jake Mueller exists.
Exactly. She has her man. We also talked about like there's Helena, there's that girl from the Damnation movie. Was it Damnation or Degeneration? One of the two. The first movie that we just watched recently.
Degeneration.
Ashley's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to Ashley.
There's a lot of options here. Is the answer. So yeah. Leon is not hurting for choices. Or I guess wasn't hurting for choices when he before he got married. I think it would be funny if it was Ada. Because it would just make the idea that like Ada somehow has calmed down in the year since 6.
I mean,
it's finally settled down. I guess we could try this thing for reals.
I
mean, hey, maybe it was she settled down, she calmed down. Agent kind of gave her the push she needed, the talking to be like, hey, you gotta chill out. Okay, you're gonna ruin this thing.
But also, like, she's still a bioterrorist and is like wanted in many, many countries for that.
When has that stopped Leon from wanting to hook up with her?
It hasn't, but
exactly.
I'm just saying, it might make marriage a little difficult.
I mean, to be fair, Leon has connections.
Yeah.
He worked directly under the president at one point, so if, he could call in some favors here and there to be like, hey, look, she's chill now. Don't worry. Maybe we could do a little pardoning here and there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We don't have to, like, announce it or anything. Just, under the table, off the record type deal. I'm just saying, Leon could definitely get some stuff through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I probably it would be fun. It would definitely, like, I think it would make more sense if it's just like some random person that we don't know. I do think it would be funnier if it was Ada. Just because it would fit with our dumb headcanon with Agent. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't love weird toxic relationships.
No, yeah, I get. I completely understand why you don't like it.
Yeah, so I'm like,
yeah. Well, yeah, maybe we'll figure that out someday, or maybe we won't. Who knows?
Who knows?
But that's Resident Evil Requiem.
Requiem. We did it.
We did it.
It was fun. I liked it a lot.
Yippee!
Yippee! We did it.
So yeah, that's going to do it for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonlanguagecheckup.com or sac.cool where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Blue Sky at seasonlanguagecheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. Angus Burst on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza. Get access to unedited versions of the podcast early. Our monthly exclusive Patreon podcasts. And a whole wealth of other bonus content on the Patreon right now. Next week, it's time to finish talking about Yakuza Kiwami 3 because we played through the Mine portion, Dark Ties.
We sure did.
And we'll discuss all of that and whether or not it was worth making.
Yep, we'll talk about it.